Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to clip up my masterpiece. I just filmed a video on the new Dyson hairdryer, so make sure that you guys go check it out. I'll go ahead and link it down below if it's up, or you can check back when I upload it. And when I upload it, I will link it in the description box. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3, and I'm going to fill in my brows. The main thing I have an issue with my brows is that they don't have an ending. They're just kind of like, it's like a cliffhanger, you know what I mean? And there's just like nothing there. So I kind of have to make it go into a point so that I look normal. I swear, brows are like the hardest thing to get the hang of. Alright, and then I'm going to be taking some of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer on a Morphe M432 brush. It's like a flat top brush. And then as always, I'm going to be carving out underneath my brow. And I actually haven't used this concealer for this step before, so we're going to see how I like it. And we're just going to clean up the brows. And then to blend that out, I'm just going to be taking the Artis Elite Oval 4 brush. Alright, and then once we've done that, I'm just going to set the brows down with my Benefit Ready Set Brow. And I like to just brush them up and then down towards the end so they stay in place. Or the brow hairs on the end of my eyebrow are really long, like these ones in this region here. And in photos, they'll always just like dangle down, and it irks me, it really does. The next thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, and I'm going to be using the Pro-prime smudge-proof eyeshadow base from NARS. You guys know this is my holy grail eyeshadow primer. And because this doesn't cover up any veining, I'm just going to go ahead and go over it using the concealer that we just used under the brow. And to do that step, I'm going to be taking my Zoeva 142 Concealer Buffer. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I just find that it looks a little bit more glam if you can't see your eyeshadow underneath. Your veining underneath your eyeshadow. It just gives it a little bit more of a put together look. So I'm just going to set that down with a little bit of the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder and a Morphe shader brush. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition eyeshadow palette. And with this look, the eyeshadow isn't too complex. The lower lash line is really like the focus of the look. So I'm just going to start out with a MAC 224 blending brush, and I'm going to go in with Sandalwood, which is right here. And you guys know the drill. We're going to put this into the crease as our transition shade. Now with this look, I really wanted to keep it all matte on the eyeshadow because I just didn't want any shimmers to distract from the pop of color on the lower lash line. And can you just see how clean that brow is? Like, yes. I'm just taking this in circular motions as well to really soften the product. Now once we've put the transition shade down, I'm going to take a little bit of a more dense crease brush. This just came in a set. It doesn't have a particular name. And I'm going to go in with the Omega Tantric bronzer just to deepen up the crease, and this is going to also help to tie the look in with our face later on. And this is just going to add some depth into the crease. So honestly, you could just take your bronzer as well and do this step. And we're just going to put this a little bit lower than the transition shade. So we're focusing a majority of that color here on the outside of the eye. And then once we've got a little bit less product on the brush, we can sort of start to drag that into the crease. So I'm just really kind of building very slowly. Take your time with the shadow. And we're just going to go back in with that 224 brush and blend out those edges. So the next thing we're going to do is take a darker brown, and we're going to take Cocoa from the Huda Beauty palette on my Morphe M433. Now this is much more of a tapered brush at the ends, so I like that it can really place that color down and really get into that outer corner of the eye and be precise. So we're just putting this on the outer lower V of the eye. It's kind of like trying to really focus it on this outer half versus dragging it in. Then we're going to go back in with this brush that we had before and blend out the line between these two shades. And then for my eyelid, I'm just going to be taking this color here, and I might mix it with a little bit of Shy just to make it a little bit more pinky. And I'm just taking this on a eye shading brush from Sigma. It doesn't have the number on it, but it's because it's like really old. And then once we've done that, I'm just going to go in with this brush from the outer corner and just make sure that we blend those two together. Because it is a skin tone shade, this isn't totally necessary. If it was a shimmer, we would have to blend a lot more, but I still want to do it just so that the look isn't harsh whatsoever. Now that we've gotten that, I'm just going to take my blending brush and just blend out any harsh edges. So now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of the Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid liner. And we're not doing a wing or anything like that, but I am going to do this just so that we can disguise our lash band. Alright, so I'm going to apply my lashes now, and I'm not sure if these are the style Boudoir or Iconics, but these are the light version of the lashes from House of Lashes and the House of Lashes glue. And then I'm going to wait for the glue to get tacky for like 30 seconds before I try to apply it, and that's key with these lashes because, or with any lashes, because you want them to be like really tacky when you stick them on. That's a key that I've learned. And you'll start to see the glue go from like that white color to like a bluish transparent color, and that's when it's go time. Okay, so now that I got them on, it was a bit of a struggle, but I'm going to blend the lashes with my real lashes using the Buxom like original mascara. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the face now, and then I'm going to come back to the eyes because I don't want to like put the liner on and then mess it up with concealer and stuff. So I'm going to prime my face using my Too Faced Hangover Primer. I'm going to prime my face using the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is my fave, mostly because it's silicone free. My camera's dying. So today I'm going to be using the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and this is like my first time trying it, apart from another time where it didn't go so well, so we'll see. And I'm in the shade 5. They matched me way too light last time I tried this. And I'm going to be using a Zoeva brushing or Silk Finish 102 brush for the first layer. And then we'll see. It's very liquidy, so. It's a little light, TBH, but I'm pretty sure that it'll like oxidize down or something. And the reason why I'm going in with a brush is because I feel like it's going to give me a better coverage starting out than if I use a beauty blender, because you guys know the beauty blender kind of absorbs a lot of your product. So that's just with one layer of the foundation. It really does like even out the skin tone really nicely, and it looks pretty. So I'm going to add a little bit more to like my chin and my cheeks because that's where I get a little bit more redness. I'm going to take this little guy. This is a color corrector for your dark circles, and it's like a peachy color. And I'm just going to dab this into that inner corner area where you can see that my veining or my dark circles are a little bit more pronounced. And then I'm just going to press that in, and you can see that it corrects it like so well. So now that that's color corrected, we have a little bit less to cover up, and that's why I'm going to be using the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer in Porcelain. This is a really nice, lighter weight moisturizing concealer. And I'm just going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender. Just bringing it up onto the edge of my nose. I'm just pinching the Beauty Blender together when I go on the bridge of my nose so the product doesn't spread out too much. And then for this little rascal right there, I'm just going to use my NARS concealer in Vanilla. And this is the same one I used to carve out my brows. Now this concealer is like the perfect spot concealer. And then I'm going to be taking the Lock-It powder, and it's a brightening powder, and I'm just going to do a bake with this. This concealer does quite a bit of creasing, so I'm going to look down and bake like right away. And I've been loving this powder for baking the nose. And then I'm just going to leave that to sit. And we look a little ghostly, so we are going to go in with our contour slash bronzer. I don't know why I like sounded like I was asking a question, but anyways, this is the HUDA Quickie Contour Stick. And it's like the perfect shade to add some color to the face, especially since we're losing a bit with this foundation being a little bit light. And the brush I love to blend this out with is the Real Techniques Multitask Cheek Brush, and it just has like the perfect size and bristles, and it also helps that this product blends incredibly easily. And I just do little circular motions. We're just blending this back into the hairline. Alright, so my camera actually died, so I had to charge it for like 0.2 seconds, but I went ahead and set the rest of my face just using my Charlotte Tilbury powder. So I just kind of put that mainly in this area, in my forehead and my chin, and I dusted off that bake. And then I just set down the bronzer with, I used the Omega Tantric bronzer, and I used a small contour F05 from Sigma. So I just swirled that over and added some dimension. And now I'm going to go back up to the eyes, the center of this tutorial, and I am going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crayon in the color Overnight, and it's just like this dark navy blue, and it just gives like a really nice pop to the eyes. And it's very, very pigmented. And I love the Marc Jacobs liners. I think they're the best. So to smudge that out, I'm going to be taking a little pencil brush, and this is just from one of the Naked palettes. And I'm going to be taking this really pretty blue color. It's called Velour, and this is from the Metal palette from Kat Von D. But I'm just taking a tiny, tiny bit because I don't want to go too crazy, but I do want to soften up the look of the eyeliner. I'm actually going to switch over to the E18 because this brush is more tapered and it can just smudge the eyeshadow out better. So as you go into the inner corner, I like to make sure that there's less product on the brush. So for the lower lashes, I'm going to be using the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, and this is like the best lower lash mascara. It makes them like so long. Alright, so once we've got those lower lashes done, I'm going to move back to the face real fast, and I'm going to be putting on some blush. So the blush I'm going to be using today is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the color Exposed, and I like that this is like a really nice neutral blush color, and I'm just taking that on the Morphe E4 brush. Now to finish off the look, I'm going to highlight, and I'm just going to be using MAC's Soft and Gentle. You guys know this is like the most intense highlight I can tolerate. Alright, so for my lips, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick. I look a little bit washed out, but you know, whatever. And this is in the shade Child Star, so it's like a really pretty nude. So I think this is like the perfect nude because it doesn't like distract from the eyes too much. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed because it was so much fun to make this for you guys. And I'll link the video down below where I was wearing this makeup look so you guys can like reference it. But please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe down below to join the fam on my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!